Good morning, students. I am S.K. Tiwari, TCST Mathematics from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Musrak. Today, I am going to teach you class 10th, chapter 2, polynomials. First, we will discuss about the target learning outcomes. First target is students will be able to learn and understand polynomials. Second, students will be able to learn and understand types of polynomial on the basis of power of variable containing in it. Third, students will be able to learn and understand zero of a polynomial. Fourth, the students will be able to learn and understand geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial. Before I start to our chapter, I want to discuss the previous class knowledge which you have already learned in class 9th. First, expression, the combination of constant and variables by using operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division is called expression. Term, each part of expression is called term. Coefficient, each part together with the preceding factors of variables is called its coefficients. That is, the numerical value multiplied with variables is called coefficients. Polynomials, that is many terms. Classification of polynomial consisting the terms. First is the monomial. A simplified polynomial consisting of exactly one non-zero term is called a monomial. Binomial. A simplified polynomial consists of two non-zero terms is called binomial. Trinomial. A simplified polynomial consists of three non-zero terms is called a trinomial. Now we will discuss about the general form of polynomial. An x to the power n plus an minus 1 x to the power n minus 1 plus so on plus a2x square plus a1x plus a0 in which an minus 1 and so on a2, a1 and a0 are the numerical coefficients. This is the general form of polynomial of degree n in a variable x. Now classification of polynomial as per their degrees. First is the zero polynomial. The polynomial having all coefficients at 0 is called zero polynomial. Constant polynomial, a polynomial of degree 0 is called a constant polynomial. Linear polynomial, a polynomial of degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. Quadratic polynomial, a polynomial of degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. Cubic polynomial, a polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial, a polynomial of degree 4 is called a biquadratic polynomial. Students, you come to our NCERT book. Already we have discussed about the degrees of the polynomials and you are seeing the different types of the polynomial as linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial and biquadratic polynomial. You can see that if in polynomial of x we take the values which satisfy as the value of 0 of the given polynomial, such value is called 0 of the polynomial. So 0 of polynomial we can say that value which satisfy the polynomial to obtain 0 as the resultant. This is called 0 of the polynomial. And you can see one polynomial ax plus b. This is linear polynomial and we find that x is equal to minus b by a, that is minus constant term by coefficient of x. Now students, you discuss about the geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial. You know that a real number k is a zero of the polynomial px if polynomial of k is equal to 0. But why are the zeros of polynomial so important? To answer this, first we will see the geometrical representation of linear and quadratic polynomials and the geometrical meaning of their zeros. Consider the first linear polynomial ax plus b, a not equal to 0. You have studied in class 9 that the graph of y is equal to ax plus b is a straight line. For example, the graph of y is equal to 2x plus 3 is a straight line passing through the points -2, -1 and 2, 7. You are seeing that this satisfying the values -3y to 0. So the 0 of the polynomial 2x plus 3 is the coordinate of the point where the graph of y is equal to 2x plus 3 intersect the x-axis. In general, for a linear polynomial x plus b a not equal to 0, the graph of y is equal to x plus b is a straight line which intersects the x-axis at exactly one point, which is minus b by a and 0. Therefore, the linear polynomial ax plus b a not equal to 0 has exactly one 0, namely the x coordinate of the point where the graph of y is equal to ax plus b intersect the x axis. Now, let us look for the geometrical meaning of 0 of a quadratic polynomial. Consider the quadratic polynomial x square minus 3x minus 4. Let us see what the graph of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 looks like. Let us first a few values of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 corresponding to a few values for x in given the table. You can see the table of the different values that is x has given, and final resultant of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 has also written here. For the values of -2, y can be obtained as 6. For the values of -1, y can be obtained as 0. For the values of x is equal to 0, y is -4, and for the value of x is equal to 1, y is equal to -6. For the values of x is equal to 2, y is equal to -6. For the value of x is equal to 3, y is equal to -4. For the value of x is equal to 4, y is equal to 0. And at x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6. By taking these values, you can plot the graph, and you can see this graph is like this one. So in fact, for any quadratic polynomial ax square bx plus c a not equal to 0, the graph of the corresponding equation y is equal to ax square bx plus c has one of the two shapes, either open upwards or open downwards, depending on whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. These curves are called parabolas. You can see from table that -1 and 4 are zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Also note from this figure 2.2 that -1 and 4 are the x coordinates of the points where the graph of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 intersect the x-axis. Thus, the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square minus 3x minus 4 are coordinates of the points where the graph of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 intersects the x-axis. In fact, this is true for any quadratic polynomial, that is the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square bx plus c where a not equal to 0 are precisely the x coordinates of the points where the parabola representing y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c intersects the x-axis. From our observation earlier about the shape of graph of y is equal to x square bx plus c, the following three cases can happen. Here the graph cuts x-axis in first case at two distinct points A and A dash. The coordinates of A and A dash are the two zeros of the quadratic polynomial ax square bx plus c. Now you see the second case. Here the graph cut the x-axis at exactly one point, that is at two coincident points. So the 2 points A and A dash of case 1 coincide here to become one point A. The x coordinates of A is the only zero for the quadratic polynomial x square bx plus c in this case. Now you think about the third case. Here the graph is either completely above the x-axis or completely below the x-axis, so it does not cut the x-axis at any point. So the quadratic polynomial x square bx plus c has no zero in this case. So you can see geometrically that a quadratic polynomial can have either two distinct zeros or two equal zeros, one zero or no zero. This also means that a polynomial of degree 2 has outmost two zeros. Now, what do you expect the geometrical meaning of the zeros of cubic polynomial to be? Let us find out. Consider the cubic polynomial x cube minus 4x. To see what the graph of y is equal to x cube minus 4x looks like, let us list a few values of y corresponding to a few values for x as shown in table. If x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 3, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, at x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 3, at x is equal to 2, y is equal to 0. By taking these points, we can plot the graph, and you are seeing that graph is like two parabolas. You see from the table above that minus 2 0 and 2 are zeros of the cubic polynomial. X cube minus 4x. Observe that minus 2 0 and 2 are in fact the x coordinates of the only points where the graph of y is equal to x cube minus 4x intersect the x-axis. Since the curve meets the x-axis in only 3 points, their x-coordinates are the only zeros of the polynomial. Let us take a few more examples. Consider the cubic polynomial x cube and x cube minus x square. We draw the graph of x cube and y is equal to x cube minus x square. In figure 2.7 and figure 2.8 it has been drawn. Note that 0 is the only 0 of the polynomial of x cube, that is its 0 is 0. Also from figure 2.7 you can see that 0 is the x coordinate of the only point where the graph of y is equal to x cube intersects the x-axis. Similarly, since x cube minus x square, it can be factorized x square into x minus 1. So 0 and 1 are the only zeros of the polynomial x cube minus x square. Also from figure 2.8, these values are the x coordinates of the only points where the graph of y is equal to x cube minus x square intersect the x axis. In general, given a polynomial px of degree n, the graph of y is equal to polynomial of x intersects the x-axis at most n points. Therefore, a polynomial px of degree n has at most n zeros. Relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. You have already seen that 0 of a linear polynomial ax plus b is minus b by a. We will now try to answer the question raised in section 2.a. 1. Regarding the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. For this, let us take a quadratic polynomial px is equal to 2x square minus 8x plus 6. As in class 9, you have already learned to factorize the quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. So you split it as middle term is minus 8x, sum of two terms whose product is 6 into 2x square, that is 12x square. So we write 2x square minus 8x plus 6 is equal to 2x square minus 6x minus 2x plus 6 as 2x into x minus 3 minus 2 into x minus 3. Two factors will be 2x minus 2 and x minus 3. So 2 into x minus 1, x minus 3. There are the factors. So the values of polynomial of x is equal to 2x square minus 8x plus 6 is 0 when x minus 1 is equal to 0, x minus 3 is equal to 0, that is when x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. So the zeros of 2x square minus 8x plus 6 are 1 and 3. Sum of its 0 is equal to 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So this can be obtained as minus into minus 8 divided 2 minus coefficient of x divided coefficient of x square. While product of its 0, 1 into 3 is equal to 3. It can be written 6 by 2 is equal to constant term divided coefficient of x square. You can take the another example and prove its relationships. And finally, we can obtain that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, while alpha into beta is equal to c by a for the quadratic polynomial. You see one example. Find a quadratic polynomial, the sum and product of whose zeros are minus 3 and 2 respectively. Its solution is, let the quadratic polynomial be x square bx plus c and its 0 be alpha and beta. So we can find alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3 is equal to minus b by a, while alpha into beta is equal to 2 is equal to c by a. If a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 2. So one quadratic polynomial which fits the given conditions is x square plus 3x plus 2. You can check that any other quadratic polynomial that fits these conditions will be the form k into x square plus 3x plus 2 where k is real. Let us now look at the cubic polynomial. You can take the example px is equal to 2x cube minus 5x square minus 14x plus 8. Px is equal to 0 for x is equal to 4 minus 2 and 1 by 2. So px can have almost 3 zeros. These are the zeros of 2x cube minus 5x square minus 14x plus 8. Now sum of zeros 4 plus minus 2 plus 1 by 2, resultant will be 5 by 2, and it can be also written as minus into minus 5 by 2 minus coefficient of x square by coefficient of x cube, while product of zeros is equal to 4 into minus 2 multiplied 1 by 2, resultant is minus 4. It can be written as minus 8 by 2 minus constant term divided coefficient of x cube. However, there is one more relationship here also you can see, and in general, it can be proved that if alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of the cubic polynomial x cube bx square plus cx plus d, then alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a. Alpha beta into beta gamma plus gamma of alpha is equal to c by a. Alpha into beta into gamma is equal to minus d by a. By using this formula, you can solve the question. By concept of this all, you can solve the exercise 1.2.1 and 2.2. So students, while you are solving the exercise 2.1 and 2.2, any doubts, any queries, any difficulties, you may discuss in the next classes. Thank you.